Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do makeup on my clients. I decided to bring this beautiful look for you guys. Very simple, not a cut crease. I shaved off the excess hair on her brows, then I used a wipe to clean that off. Then I'm using a powder to set the area so my pencil comes off clean. So filling her brows, I start by lining below and above, and then I go in to fill the sparse areas. I'm using a very light hand to line her brows so it does not come off harsh or too dark. Take note of how I'm filling the front portion of her brows. I'm using short strokes to give the illusion of hair. Then of course I comb through my brows to remove any excess products. We don't want our brows to be looking harsh, we want them looking as natural as possible. Then I'm going in with my concealer and this flat brush to conceal the under part of her brows. For the upper part of her brows, I'm using a darker shade of the concealer so that will be easier for me to blend that into her skin. I'm just going to use that to clean the upper part of her brows. Sorry about the lighting, I don't know what went wrong there. So using the same brush, I'm just lightly blending that into her skin. I'll come back with a beauty blender, but for now, to ease my work, I had to do that. Then to set her eyelid, I'm using a lighter shade of the LA Girl concealer. I'll leave everything in the description box. I'm using a lighter shade of the LA Girl concealer to set her eyelids. I'm blending that out, and I'm using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder to set it so it does not move. So for the first shade, I'm using the Cairo eyeshadow from the Juvia's Masquerade palette. I'm using that as my transition color. And then for the crease, I'm using the shade Fulani, still from the same Juvia's Masquerade palette. I use this palette for the whole eye look. So I'm just blending that shade into her crease. Then I'm going back with the first brush to make sure they're blended in together nicely. And for the lead shade, I use the shade Giza. I'm not sure, you guys please help me. I don't know if it's pronounced Giza or Giza, but I'm applying that all over her lid space. I sprayed my brush so it comes off as bright as it looks, since I didn't cut the crease or anything like that. am using the black opal eyeliner. I'm going to leave the full details in the description box, you guys. I'm just doing a very minimal liner, nothing too dramatic. Look how gorgeous she looks. So I applied my lashes off camera, and then I'm just wiping out the fallouts on her face, prepping her skin for the face work. I used the Art Skin Primer. I applied that all over her face, most especially on her T-zone area. Then I used the MAC setting spray in Gold Light. Look how beautiful. So for foundation, I used 2 shades of the Fit Me foundation. No, I think I used a Fit Me foundation and a MAC foundation. I'll leave the details in the description box as well. I blended the 2 together. I'm using that for her foundation. I'm using a beauty blender as usual to blend that into her skin. I can't remember the last time I used a brush for foundation, but whenever I use a brush, I always, even unconsciously, I always go over it with a beauty blender just to make sure everything is smooth. So yes, I'm blending the foundation into her skin. For highlighter, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm going to highlight her under eyes, the bridge of her nose, her cupid's bow, and her forehead. Guys, I tried as much as possible not to go heavy-handed with her makeup because I've gotten so used to going heavy-handed. I cannot help it. But I try my best to use as less product as possible. I'm still going in with that beauty blender to blend the concealer into her skin. So I'm setting the areas I highlighted using the Sacha Butter Cup. I'm using a brush to apply that, and still I'm not using as much product. I'm setting the areas I highlighted, the bridge of her nose, her forehead, her under eyes, and her chin. I'm so sorry I lost the clip of me putting on her all over face powder and all of that, so I just sprayed her face with the MAC setting spray. Then for highlighter, I'm using the ABH Cosmetic. I'm highlighting the high points of her face. For lips, I'm going in with 2 shades from the Kylie Cosmetics. I'm not sure what they're called, but I'll definitely leave that in the description box as well. I used the brown shade to line her lips, then I'm filling in with this dark orangey shade. I'm using a brush to blend that in. I'm using a brush to blend them together. Okay. And then I'm going on top of that with a gloss, and you guys, I am so much in love with this look. See how gorgeous she looks. So pretty. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your love. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye.